Hello friends, I am Dr. Harsh Mathur from Om Netralaya, Varanasi, India. This video contains an operative procedure meant for eye surgeons for education purposes. Viewer discretion is strongly recommended, not meant for children. And today we'll be discussing about an interesting case where I had an intraoperative zonular dialysis, almost 6 clock hours, and how I managed it by using a CTR ring. So this is a 80-year-old gentleman who presented with a brown cataract and a hazy cornea with a low endothelial cell count. So we decided to go ahead with an SICS. So by now the rhexis is complete and the tunnel is extended. Gentle hydrodissection is being done, and then the nucleus is prolapsed out of the bag. This is a large nucleus, and using a high viscoelastic substance, the endothelium is further protected. Some of it is pushed behind the lens, protecting the posterior capsule, and with the help of an irrigating wire vectis, this nucleus is brought out. So the hard part is over, but as it is said, the case is not over until it's actually over. So a bit of epinucleus is burped out, and now the cortical wash is started with the Simcoe cannula. And the moment I go about at around 4 to 5 o'clock hours and pull, and you can notice that the whole bag starts to come out. I did not realize it then and there, but then this bag started to curl over itself, and almost a 6 clock hour dialysis was done. So the moment I inflated the bag with the viscoelastic substance, the bag went back into its position. So now it was very important for me to protect this bag in this 80-year-old gentleman. So I had two options, either to put an PMMA lens straight in the bag. The strong haptics would act as a CTR, but then I decided to go about placing a CTR. So through the side port, the CTR goes, the leading part goes in the bag, and then the CTR is gently pushed in the anterior chamber. The dialer in the left hand tries to keep it at bay, but the problem what I faced was that I had put this dialer through the main wound, and because of which the chamber was getting shallow again and again. A majority of the CTR is in the bag. Now the last touch to put this trailing part in the bag, but again this chamber shallowed. I lost control and lost the engaged eyelid, and it's placed over the iris. So the better sense prevailed, and I made a side port. And through this side port, I could easily dial this CTR inside the bag. Just held on to the eyelet and just pushed it inside the bag. And as you can see, the moment the CTR went inside the bag, the zonular dialysis disappeared and I was able to easily remove the cortex. And you can actually see how this cortex, when cleaned, comes out in small clumps and not as a big chunk, which was happening earlier when this capsule folded on itself. Now, cleaning the cortex with the CTR inside is a bit tough, but then with this tangential force and being persistent, the bag was cleared. There was a bit of fibrosis over the posterior capsule, and by now the visibility of the anterior chamber had really gone down. So now the planned 3-piece or multi-piece lens is then injected. The leading haptic is over the iris. I did not want to push the leading haptic inside to cause any more stress over the zonules. And then first the trailing haptic was gently dialed in. The subincisional area was really hazy, but then eventually I managed to dial the nucleus in the bag. The IOL looked pretty stable. The iris was round and could not find any trace of vitreous coming in the anterior chamber. So the AC was cleaned and the side port was hydrated and the wound was gently closed. Do let me know what you would have done in such situation. I hope you like this video. Do like and share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.